What do we have today? We have predictions for 9 NBA games for November 27th. So, let's get started. We will start with match between Portland Trailblazers and Brooklyn Nets. The Portland Trailblazers are in a slump as they have dropped 5 of their last 7 games, but they will feel better after ending a 4-game losing streak by defeating the Knicks 130-129 in overtime on the road. The Brooklyn Nets are in a bit of a rut right now, having dropped 4 of their last 7 games overall, and they'll be looking to get back on track after losing on the road to the Pacers 128-117. In comparison to the Nets, who score an average of 111.7 points on 49.4% shooting and surrender 111.9 points on 44.3% shooting, the Blazers average 110.4 points on 46.7% shooting and allow 110.3 points on 46.7% shooting. Yuta Watanabe's out for this game and won't be playing for the Nets. Damian Lillard and Keon Johnson will both be out, while Drew Eubanks is listed as questionable, leaving the Trailblazers short-handed once more. Although I think the Nets are in better shape than the Blazers right now, this line makes the Nets seem like heavy favorites. Given that the Nets have only won 4 of their first 8 home games, I can't say I agree with it. The Trailblazers have won 5 of the past 7 head-to-head games between the teams in Brooklyn, so even if the Nets prevail here, I'm fairly positive that it won't be an easy triumph. Play Portland Trailblazers plus 7.5. The next match is the match between Golden State Warriors and Minnesota Timberwolves. The Golden State Warriors, who have won 4 of their previous 5 games, have been in excellent form. They will be going for their 3rd consecutive win after defeating the Jazz at home by a score of 129-118. The Minnesota Timberwolves had been playing well and were on a 5-game winning run when they were defeated 110-108 on the road by the Hornets. The Timberwolves score 114 points per game and average on 48.3% shooting, while the Warriors score 116.8 points per game and average on 47.8% shooting and allow 117.5 points per game and 46.1% shooting. Jordan McLaughlin and Taurean Prince are both sidelined for the Timberwolves at this time. Warriors are in perfect health. The Warriors have dropped 9 of their last 10 games away from home, ranking 29th in defensive effectiveness with 120.9 points allowed per 100 possessions. On the road, they allow 49.2% shooting, including 40.2% from three-point range. The Timberwolves shoot 48% from the field and allow 44.2% on their home court. I simply can't trust the Warriors away from San Francisco since they have been one of the worst road teams this season. The Warriors are 0-4 ATS in the last 4 matches in Minnesota, while the over is 7-0 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings overall. Play Minnesota Timberwolves plus 2. The next match is the match between Indiana Pacers and Los Angeles Clippers. The Indiana Pacers, who have won 10 of their previous 13 games overall and are in excellent form, will be hoping to continue their hot streak after dominating the Nets in a 128-117 home victory. The Los Angeles Clippers have been in decent shape as they have split their past 6 games, but they will be looking to end a 2-game losing streak after losing to the Nuggets by a score of 114-104. In comparison to the Clippers, who average 106.1 points on 48% shooting and give up 107.2 points on 44.8% shooting, the Pacers average 116.6 points on 46% shooting and allow 114.3 points on 46.6% shooting. The Clippers are missing Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, while Luke Kennard is labeled as questionable for this game. The Pacers will once again be without Chris Marte and Andrew Nembhard. The Pacers have won 6 of their past 7 games and have covered the spread in their previous 5 away games. They are 3rd in the league for defensive efficiency, allowing 106.8 points per 100 possessions. Despite having some of the strongest defenses in the league, the Clippers' previous 3 games saw an average of 117.3 points allowed. The Pacers are 1-5 ATS in the previous 6 games between the two teams, while the over was in the last 4 of their meetings. play Indiana Pacers and Los Angeles Clippers over 221.5. The next match is the match between Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks. The Miami Heat have been struggling for consistency as they have dropped 6 of their previous 11 contests, but they will be going for their third consecutive win after barely beating the Wizards at home by a score of 110-107. The Atlanta Hawks are in a bit of a rut right now, having dropped 4 of their past 7 games, and they'll be looking to turn things around after losing on the road 128-122 to the lowly Rockets. In comparison to the Hawks, who average 114.8 points on 46.3% shooting and give up 114.7 points on 46.4% shooting, the Heat average 108.6 points on 44.6% shooting and allow 109.5 points on 47.3% shooting. The Heat will likely be seriously short-handed once more since Jimmy Butler is still out, but also because Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, and Dwayne Dedmon are all listed as questionable. The Hawks have Clint Capela's status for this one as questionable. The Hawks have won 7 of their previous 10 home games while the Heat have dropped 7 of their last 8 away games. The fact that the Hawks are healthy and are playing at home should be enough to give them the advantage, but they have had a hit-or-miss season. Even though I don't like the way the Hawks are playing, I don't see how anyone could back the Heat with the fact that they are missing half of their best players. Play Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks under 222.5. The next match is the match between Washington Wizards and Boston Celtics. The Washington Wizards have been playing well lately, winning 6 of their past 9 games overall, but they will be looking to end a 2-game losing streak after losing on the road to the Heat by a score of 110-107. The Boston Celtics are in excellent form right now, having won 11 of their previous 12 games overall. They will be going for their third consecutive win after disposing of the Kings with ease in a 122-104 triumph. While the Celtics average 120.2 points on 48.7% shooting and allow 113 points on 46.1% shooting, the Wizards average 108.3 points on 46.5% shooting and allow 109.6 points on 44.5% shooting. Monty Morris and Rui Hachimura were listed as questionable by the Wizards, and Jason Tatum was ruled out by the Celtics. The Celtics have been a team on fire so far this season, and they still are. They are the top team in offensive efficiency at home, scoring 122.8 points per 100 possessions, and they have won 8 of their previous 9 home games. The Wizards, who rank 26th in offensive efficiency with 107.5 points per 100 possessions, have failed to cover 5 straight games. In their previous 19 encounters in Boston, the Wizards are 4-15 against the spread. Play Washington Wizards and Boston Celtics under 225.5. The next match is the match between Cleveland Cavaliers and Detroit Pistons. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been in decent form, but after having their 4-game winning run snapped by the Bucks in a 117-102 away defeat, they will be keen to bounce back in this one. The Detroit Pistons are in bad shape as they've dropped 16 of their first 21 games of the season. They'll be attempting to turn things around after falling short on the road against the Lakers in a 108-102 setback. Compared to the Pistons, who score 109.8 points on 44% of their shots and surrender 117.4 points on 48.4%, the Cavaliers average 114.8 points on 48.2% shooting while allowing 108.1 points on 45.8% shooting. The Cavaliers are once again short-handed as Kevin Love, Lamar Stevens, and Karis LeVert are all out while Jarrett Allen and Karis LeVert are questionable. Bojan Bogdanovic, Isaiah Stewart, Yaden Ivory, Sadiq Bey, and Corey Joseph are all listed as questionable, while Cade Cunningham is still unable to play. The Cavaliers have covered the spread in 4 of the 7 head-to-head games played in Detroit. Play Detroit Pistons +8. The next match is the match between Memphis Grizzlies and New York Knicks. The Memphis Grizzlies have been in a slump, having dropped 4 of their last 6 games overall, but they will be hoping to continue their winning ways, after easily defeating the Pelicans at home by a score of 130-111. The New York Knicks have been in decent health, splitting their past 6 contests, but they will be hoping to rebound in this game after losing to the Trailblazers by a score of 132-129 in overtime. In comparison to the Knicks, who score an average of 114.2 points on 45% shooting and surrender 116.4 points on 45.4% shooting, the Grizzlies average 115.1 points on 46.1% shooting and allow 113.8 points on 46.4% shooting. The Knicks have listed Derrick Rose, Jalen Brunson, and Cam Reddish as questionable, while Tillman was listed by the Grizzlies as questionable for this game. Even though the Grizzlies are a very physical team, the Knicks can equal them in size in the paint, especially now that Mitchell Robinson is back. In their first game this season, the Grizzlies defeated the Knicks by a score of 115-112 in overtime. I expect a similar, competitive game here. The Grizzlies are 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games overall, while the over is 6-0 in the past 6 meetings between the two teams. Playing New York Knicks +4. The next match is the match between Philadelphia 76ers and Orlando Magic. The Philadelphia 76ers have been playing well lately. They've won 5 of their past 7 games overall. They'll be hoping to keep their winning ways going after defeating the Magic 107-99 on the road. The Orlando Magic have been struggling lately, having dropped 5 of their past 6 contests. After losing to the 76ers, they will be trying to avoid losing 4 in a row. The Magic average 108.9 points on 46.8% shooting while giving up 113.2 points on 46.3% to the 76ers 108.5 points on average on 46.8% shooting and 106.2 points on 46.5% shooting, respectively. While the Magic have listed Chuma Okeke, Jalen Suggs, Wendell Carter Jr., and Markelle Fultz as questionable for this game, the 76ers will once again be without James Harden, Joel Embiid, Matisse Thybulle, and Tyrese Maxey. The 76ers are the better team here, despite having a lot of injured players. But the real question is whether they can do it away from home and in such a short amount of time against the same squad. Although it's difficult for me to support the Magic, it appears like they will have more players available in this game than they have in any other since the season's start. I expect this will give them more than enough firepower to get the job done. I'm going to lay the odds on home team to win and cover. Play Orlando Magic -2. The last match for today is the match between Dallas Mavericks and Milwaukee Bucks. The Dallas Mavericks are playing 2 games in a row. They have been struggling as they have dropped 4 of their past 5 games overall, and after losing to the Raptors on the road by a score of 105-100, and here, they will be looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Milwaukee Bucks have been playing well lately, having won 3 of their previous 5 games. They will be eager to keep their winning ways going after thrashing the Cavaliers 117-102 at home. This is the 2nd game in a row for the Mavericks, who recently have had difficulties playing and winning away from home games. The Mavs have not been playing well lately, losing 6 of their last 7 games away from home, but this game could hold the key to their comeback. The Bucks are healthy, well-rested, and playing at home in this game. In their last 12 games, they have won 10 of them at home. Head-to-head, the Mavericks are 6-1 ATS in the last 7 meetings in Milwaukee. Play Dallas Mavericks +6.5. Guys, that would be all. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter. See you tomorrow.